Hey, Tubies! It's Psychic Bob. It is so rocking to be with you. I tell you, I'm having just I'm knocking my computer. I won't have an awesome day if I knock it over. Anyways, I've been having an awesome day. Today I went out shopping a little while earlier. I'll tell you all about that in a minute. But when I got home, I went and got the mail. And look what I got in the mail today. Do you know what this is? This is my rose gold bangle. It's similar to a Cartier love bracelet. In fact, I showed you my one recently that I had that's in white gold. Well, this company makes it also in yellow gold and rose gold. I'm not such a big fan of yellow gold. I prefer white gold and silver. But I just really love this rose gold. So I bought me a bangle in rose gold. And in fact, let me show you how it opens here. It just pops open. And it's got a little hinge on it. Now the actual Cartier bracelets have a little bolt that you screw. These ones just have a little clasp. But it's really well done because when it closes, it's really tight and you can't even see the clasp. I mean, it's hard to find the clasp even looking up close to it, you know. But anyways, I'm just so excited. I'm not normally one that gets all into the fashion of the day, but you know, these do seem to be all the rage lately. But as I said, I normally don't go with the latest fashions, but this one piece of jewelry, it's really taken me. So I guess I'm kind of following the fashion trend. But I got my love bangle on. Well, it's not real love bangle. I think they call it a love bangle, but it's actually not a Cartier. It's a copy, though. But I love it, you know. The original Cartier version of this runs about $7,000. And I think I paid less than $10 for my version. And honestly, I think on my arm, looks just as good. Now some people, what they do is they get their love bangles and they stack them. They have gold, white gold, yellow gold, silver, you know, rose gold. I just prefer to wear one. I think one is more elegant. So I'm not going to stack these, but I do love it. And I just want to come and show it to you, see what you guys think. You like this rose gold? Can you see it there? Anyways, I just like it. Very sleek, very deco. Anyways, as I was saying, I was out shopping today, and I went to a wonderful store. Have y'all ever been to Michael's Crafts? It's a craft store near where I live. I don't know if it's all over the country, but it's a local where I am. And I always love to go there because, you know, I'm creative. I always see things for my altar and projects to work on. And they have a jewelry section, like a bead section, which is if you're into jewelry, oh my God, I had never really looked at their jewelry till recently, and oh my God, I got a treasure there. I got to show you what I got today. I got this for like $4. You recognize that? It's a triquetra. This is a witch symbol, very ancient. If y'all remember the TV show Charmed, it's an older show, maybe you remember. But anyways, this is what all the witches in that show wore. Triquetra became very associated with the craft in the last, 20 years. But anyways, I found this little, I think it's silver plate. Yeah, it says silver plated. Plaqué argent in French. It's got French, English, and Spanish. But I just love it. So, you know, the full moon's coming like next week. So I'm going to wait and I'm going to consecrate this on the night of the full moon. And then I'll start wearing it. I really believe that all my jewelry, I like to consecrate and bless it and charge it. That's just how I am. So anyways, you'll be seeing me wear this in the coming weeks. I'm in my witch mode today. By the way, how you like my shirt I'm wearing? This is my witch on the moon. It's a silver sparkle. I tell you, Lammas has just got me angled towards Samhain now. I'm really in my fall witch mode, even though it's not really fall. It's getting there. We're going that direction. In fact, today I was out and some of the leaves even look like they're just starting to turn just a little. So it's starting. Anyways, I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm actually wearing my little silver pinnacle. Y'all have seen this too. You know I love jewelry. This is a sterling pinnacle with a little moonstone in it. Isn't that wonderful? So anyways, I got my jewelry going. Soon I'll be wearing my triquetra, and I'll be wearing my rose gold love bangle. You guys are the best. Anyways, today is Wiccan Wednesday, and I got a book recently. I buy a lot of books online, but once in a while I go out and just the public to Barnes and Noble. You know that store? I love that store. And when I was at Barnes and Noble, this was sitting right on the shelf and popped out at me, the Witches Almanac. And this is spring 2017 to spring 2018. And they're focused on water. Each year they come out with a different elemental theme or a special topic. And this year's edition is Water, Our Primal Source. So they have a lot of articles about water magic and stuff. But there was something in here that just caught my eye in the Witches Almanac. And it's called A Pagan Manifesto. And this was written by Hans Holzer, who was a person who studied witchcraft in the 60s and 70s. He actually put out books, and this is taken from his book, The New Pagans, which interestingly, this book came up on my list in eBay. You know how they send you choices sometimes? Well, anyways, I was looking up different books on witchcraft, and this actual book, The New Pagans, popped up. And it's really funny because I just read this. I always think there's a synchronicity. So I haven't bought that book, but I think I'm going to buy it now, because I just feel like that's a sign. So today I wanted to share with you from this year's issue of Witches Almanac, A Pagan Manifesto. Okay, now, just so you know, as we always say in the craft, people are free. This is not a binding law on every Wiccan, but it's a kind of a general held belief that I think most pagans could kind of go with. So anyways, before people start writing me saying, well, Bob, I'm a pagan and I don't believe this and I don't believe that. Again, this is not the end-all be-all. It's just at the time when Hans Holzer did his research, this is kind of something he gathered from a lot of the pagans he interviewed, okay? So I thought we'd read it, okay? The Pagan Manifesto, and it's got 11 points here. So, number 1, thou shalt always say, think, and do what you truly desire, so long as it hurts no one else. Number 2, thou shalt live in accordance with the laws of nature and not against them, and coordinate sleep, food, physical exertion, and work with the ways of nature. 3, thou shalt not destroy nature or take from it without restoring that which has been taken, and thou shalt keep the balance of nature intact at all times. Now let me tell you, that point, the world really needs to hear this now because, as many of you know, I've had people in South America have told me that, a lot of corporations are just raiding the rainforest and destroying it and stealing the wood and not replenishing it. It's devastating to the earth. And I think this third point is very much it's necessary that we think about that. All right, number 4, thou shalt worship in any way that pleases thee, and let others do likewise, even though you may not understand their ways. Now that's another point I think we definitely need to meditate on. There's a big push, at least in the United States. I don't think you have it so much in Britain and in Australia, but in the United States there's a hardline Christian right-wing fundamentalist movement who wants to impose their religious values on all of us. And I think this is very much in keeping with this pagan spirit. The pagan spirit's much more open about stuff. And it says, thou shalt worship in any way that pleases thee, and let others do likewise, even though you may not understand their ways. I think we have to have religious diversity and tolerance if this world is going to continue. I really do. Number 5, thou shalt not take the life of another living thing except for protection or for food. Number 6, thou shalt not cage another living thing. When I was reading this earlier, number 6 really got me thinking about animal abuse. I can't even watch it. There are these videos on YouTube where they show that animals have been caged up and abused. Oh, it makes me cry. It does. Every time I can't watch it. And I think this is so valuable. Thou shalt not cage another living thing. I think this, speaks to not only human rights but animal rights. Number 7, thou shalt be free to love whomever thou pleasest, so long as thy primary obligations to family, home, and community are not neglected. Number 8, thou shalt express thyself through art, crafts, music, dancing, singing, poetry, for in so doing thou shalt be in harmony with nature. Now, isn't that beautiful? I think we need more creativity. That's why here at Spiritual sometimes I act crazy and sing and dance and goof off. It's how we live, it's about living. I think so many people are so disconnected. I saw a sign recently, it said, life is not about surviving the storm, but life is about learning how to dance in the rain. Isn't that beautiful? I think this really speaks to that, okay? Number 9, thou shalt accept communication from the world beyond and the inner planes as natural, and thou shalt develop psychic abilities as a natural function of thy personality. Now, as a psychic medium, I like this point. Gives us room to have a life, Now, a lot of people want to kill us, though, of the Wicca and kill psychics. They think we're evil. But like it says there, it's part of our natural being to be in tune with the spiritual realms. I really think it is. Point number 10, thou shalt always strike a happy balance between mind and body, exercising both and developing thy inner self through the interplay of both selves, ever mindful that the spirit is above and beyond mind and body. Isn't that wonderful? Number 11, thou shalt not forget the spirit within and the spirit without are the one and only true God/goddess. I think that's wonderful. Then it has an ending conclusion. It says, paganism has one primary law, the law of threefold return, which states whatever you do, for good or for ill, returns to you threefold. I really think in a world that has lost touch with its inner light, its inner wisdom, we're so enmeshed in materialism that forgetfulness, that disconnect has created so much destruction. And I think it's wonderful that we have things like the Pagan Manifesto to give us some insight as to where true wisdom lies. And, it's just so interesting, that point about thou shalt not forget the spirit within and the spirit without are the one and only true God/goddess. People go in these circles arguing God is beyond the world. The Christians will say God is outside of the world. The pagans say God is within the world. And the spiritualists say God is within us. And really, they're all correct, you see, and that we fight about it really is sad. But I think the Pagan Manifesto gives us a lot to think about. And I just want to share that with you today. I want to ask you guys, what do you think about this? Have you read this before? Have you seen it? Do you have any points on here you want to add something to or share or discuss? I'd love to hear it. Well, you guys are the best. I want to say thank you for being here. I love you guys. It's always a treat. And, yesterday we had a wonderful video. We had messages from the spirit world. And I want to say thank you to all of you who came out to it. If you didn't see that, check it out. It's in the video queue right before this one, okay? And anyways, definitely go over there, see that if you haven't. But you guys are so wonderful. I want to say thank you for being here. Tomorrow's Thursday. We're going to have a vlog. I'm not sure where we're going yet. Depends on where my schedule is. I'm still working on my schedule. So we'll have something, though, tomorrow. So make sure to be back here. But until then, I want to come here and just share with you some thoughts on the craft, I'm going to meditate on the mystery of the pentacle this afternoon and, study a little more in the Witches Almanac. I really recommend you get this. This comes out of Rhode Island. The website, if you want to look at, is thewitchesalmanac.com. I'll put the link below. definitely, you might want to get this. And if you get a chance and you're in a book shopping mood, you can also pop over to my website, which I'll put the link below at robert-hickman.com. Pick up some copies of my books there. I've got books as well that'll help you on your journey. Well, guys, listen, thanks for being here. Send you my love. And look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. And until then, may you blessed be.